Hello everyone. This video is a book review about a book that I recently received from an author. I actually did another book review on one of her other books, and the title of this book is Pocket Change for Life. The biggest struggle in life is with self, and it's written by Akilah M. Now, if you remember, my next to last or most recent video was a book review about another book by her, which is A Message for You. This is her second book, and this is her first book. So if you want to learn more about this book, you can go check that video out. So before I get started on my review, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the author. It says on the back of the book, photo of the author. She says, I was born in St. Louis, Missouri, and presently reside. Writing has always been my passion at an early age, and dancing is another. I am a mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. I was once married and divorced after 21 years. I learned a lot of I told you so during this period. This, as well as my childhood, gave me the idea to write a book. So this book is basically a compilation of personal proverbs that she has written to guide you through your life. It is similar to the structure of her A Message for You, but the A Message for You book is more detailed and it's more, I guess, poetry-like. Whereas this one is very short. You can read it in under a minute and carry it in your bag. The publishing company that she went through is Voices Books and Publishing. I do not know if Voices Books and Publishing is her own publishing company or if it's a small publishing company. She copyrighted it or published it in 2005, so that's maybe almost, was like over a decade ago. So as I go through this book, I wanted to share with you a little bit of her proverbs. Unlike the other book, which she says you open to a certain page and whatever page you land on is a message for you, this one has its own numerical order. So there are essentially 50 pocket change advice compiled in this book. One of them that I particularly like is number 4, and it is called Be Mindful of Your Acts and Deeds. Truth is a witness. It says you are the keeper of your thoughts and the navigator of your soul. Therefore, you are responsible for your choices and decisions. Be advised, your conscience is a witness to everything you think, say, and do. As I mentioned before, I met this author when she came to my job. She was a very visionary woman, very creative in her description of the ideas that she had and the visions that she had. And whenever I read anything that she writes, I immediately think of a painting. Right now I'm working on a painting that's inspired by one of her pieces. This one, when I'm done, is going to be called Clothed in Purple. Now, as I did with the last book review, since this book is very short, I'm going to use the method that she suggested before, where you flip through the page and you select a proverb, which is the proverb that your eye first lands on. So I'm going to select 3 proverbs for you, my YouTube subscribers, and see if there is a message for you in it. So let us go. Proverb number 1. The saddest thing in life to see is another person's tragedy. To know the agony of pain, disappointment, and fear is trauma you wish not on a soul. Pray for understanding rather than doom understanding. Allows one to think and make better choices. So pray for understanding rather than doom. Understanding allows one to think and make better choices. I remember reading this earlier and I actually connected to it because a lot of the things or experiences I've had in my life could have been much worse if I hadn't met people who had actually been through worse. So, for example, how I select men to date, how I think about how I wish or what type of marriage that I want in case I get married one day. I base this off of the experiences I've seen other people have. So for example, I had a neighbor a long time ago. She reminded me of myself, but she was older. She was like in her early to mid 50s. She looked very young. She looked like she was in her late 30s, early 40s. She had everything together. Her house had been in her name before she married her husband. She had her own car. She had her job. She just had money in the bank. But she was very unhappy because she had married a man who didn't appreciate her. And when she was in this marriage early on, her initial response was she was going to relocate to one of the islands that she would visit a lot. She had an entirely different life on a tropical island. But before she was able to do that, she got pregnant with her son. The reason that she was going to leave was because her husband had gotten another woman pregnant at the same time as her. So as she was telling me this story, I made a personal decision in my mind. I was maybe like 20, 21, that no matter what circumstance I was in, I would never allow myself to be trapped in an unhappy relationship, in an unhappy marriage, whether I had kids, whether I had financial issues. I told myself right then and there, I will never allow myself to be in that circumstance. You can learn a lot from other people's errors, but it doesn't mean that you judge them for it. It just means that you try to follow a wiser path so that you will not have to go through the same circumstances. Next proverb, let's see, 34. Life is spirit. Spirit connects with spirit. Spirit is communication of life. It is our spirit that informs us, giving us information of things not seen. It is of our spirit that we should listen. This is the balance of life. Flesh is of the earth, and so it returns to the earth. Spirit is life. I agree with what she says about this because I know a lot of people have done scientific experiments on energy, and there have been so many studies showing that even after you die, your energy is still happening within you. Energy never dies. It continues forever. The astral body, if you believe in that, the astral body surpasses the physical body. When you have spirit within you, spirit transcends reason. Some people operate in life using only reason, which is okay. They're basically working on a, I guess, earthly level, a base level. They know what they know, what they know. But when you have spirit resonating in you, you can get information that reason would not give you on average terms. So, for example, some inventors that have created some of the inventions that we still use today, a lot of them got their ideas from dreams. A lot of them got their ideas from meditation. Dr. George Washington Carver, he was a very spiritual man. He actually had visions as a child. I believe he could talk to plants. My personal opinion of George Washington Carver, I wonder if his ancestors were from the Dogon, because the Dogon also had this ability of plant communication. But Dr. Carver lived in the spirit, and that is why he could create so many different things and help so many different people. He wasn't operating from the pathway of his generation. He was going to a higher plane. Emma Curtis Hopkins, who is one of my favorite authors, also states this. She says that when you are operating on a physical level, physical things occur in your life. But when you are operating on a spiritual level, your body renews itself, rejuvenates itself, recharges itself, and can last for a longer period of time, if that makes any sense. Because you're not leaning on the understanding or I guess carnal or human understanding, you are leaning on, I guess, celestial understanding. Even if you look towards a book like the Bible, there's somewhere in the New Testament where they talk about the disciples or the apostles of Jesus the Christ receiving the Holy Spirit, and they were able to speak in different languages and perform healings. In Hebrew, it's called ruach. Ruach. The Holy Spirit came down like a flame and came within their body, and they operated in ways that they had not operated before because they were leaning on the understanding of God and not the understanding of man. So the last proverb that I will share with you: to forgive and forget is to remember without pain, is 39. Time brings about new challenges, adventures, and new people into your life. Changes your perspective. Where there was darkness is now light. To forgive and forget is to remember without pain. So even if you forgave somebody, it doesn't mean that you have to forget. When you forgive someone, you're letting go of that pain, because when you hold unforgiveness in your heart, it actually can physically kill you. I know some people don't believe that, but if you hold emotions like rage and depression and other things for a very long period of time, you weaken your immune system, you weaken your body. When you let go of this emotion, you free yourself. You don't have to be imprisoned to this experience anymore. When you hold on to it, it can actually manifest as a disease within your body. Some people hold their truth inside of their I guess, words. They don't speak their truth, so lung cancer forms or throat cancer forms. They don't express their emotions, so breast cancer forms. They don't let go of their sexual trauma, like Louise Hay had that. She had been raped by either her mother and father or just one of her parents, and it transformed into cancer. And she's the one that wrote the book called Heal Your Body, where she linked various diseases to various emotions. So when you forgive, it doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you a saint either. It just allows you to live a free life. Now you can move past it. And as time goes by, with most things, you stop being angry about it. And I've noticed that with just my personal relationships with different people, even exes that I've had. Like there was an ex that I was really angry at. They insulted me. They had, while I was dating them, they were cheating on me with one of my friends, and they moved a completely different woman into their house. They were going around calling me crazy and mocking me. And I was so angry. I wrote this scathing letter. It was 10 pages. I took a necklace that he had given me I ripped it into shreds. I put it in an envelope with a letter and mailed it to his house. I blasted him on my Facebook page. I blasted him on the phone. I was so mad. So 10 years later, when I thought about it, I wasn't mad anymore. I was actually laughing. I wasn't upset about it. But he called me and he asked for forgiveness and he apologized because he thought I was still upset, but I'd actually let go of it and had moved on with my life. And now we're really good friends. That's one of the few exes that actually apologized to me. But I had gone past that. If I had held on to that anger, it would have been silly. It would have been nonsensical. After a while, it gets ridiculous depending on what the situation is. So yeah, if you are holding on to unforgiveness, I would say release it. It doesn't mean that you're weak or you're a pushover. It just means do it for your mental, spiritual, and physical health. Don't be like that guy in Moby Dick who has spent his whole life trying to kill the whale and basically essentially ended up, not in a great situation. Don't be like that, dude. Be of a higher nature. So yes, that is all I have to say about this book. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. I had a very wonderful Valentine's Day. I will be posting more book review videos very soon. I will also be posting more painting videos as well. I will give you one last sneak peek of the progress I'm working on with this painting. I still have to paint a baby. My plan is to put sequins and make everything purple. And that is all that I have to share with you. If you want to visit my website, I have put it in the description box below. If you want to cash app anything, I put that in the description box below as well. And if you have any other ideas for books you want me to review, please let me know or write in the comments. If you have a book you wish for me to review or purchase, let me know that too. So everybody have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.